Well, hey guys, what is going on out there today? Brent Abel here, webtennis.com. Another episode of 7 Around 7. If you're in the desert today, Friday, first order business is hydrate. The weatherman's calling for 106 high this afternoon. So, be pumping in the water all day because it's going to get toasty. I'm looking forward to a couple times in the court, kind of a short little 45-minute warm-up this morning on the clay with a big O. And then over to La Quinta Resort to hit some balls for, hour 15, hour and a half with a great Dave Sievertson on the clay over there as I'm getting ready for Atlanta next week. Guys, you're going to be in Atlanta, Georgia next week. I'm playing a tournament, Atlanta Senior Invitational. And if you're around then, would love to say hi. So if you're around, and I will post the link to the tournament site so you can look at the draws and you look at the locations. There's probably 3 or 4 different locations in the early rounds where the matches will be played. But I think the final rounds, last maybe quarters through the finals, will be over at the Cherokee Town and Country Club in Atlanta. But yeah, we'd love to have you come on up, introduce yourself, and let's hang out for a little bit. Guys, today I want to talk about the overhead and really what are the 3 power cues, fundamentals to get some natural power for your overhead, and so you can start thumping that thing and doing some damage. Look, before we get into that, a couple of things. Number one, as you know, I do not charge for the 7 Around daily live sessions, and so look, if you want to support 7 Around 7 and web tennis, one way to do it is to pick up a t-shirt, pick up a web tennis on YouTube t-shirt, as you see there in the picture. And what I'll do when you do pick up 1 or more t-shirts, more than happy to give you as a gift one of my $97 stroke technique courses. You can choose any one of 7 stroke technique courses once you pick up a shirt. Kind of my way of saying thanks for your support. That link is down below. It'll take you over to webtennisgear.com. All right, well, let's get into it. Let me get this video teed up. And hold on for 1 second here. And let's go see if I can find it. I think it's right here. And boom. There we go. And so let me get it on this screen here, make it a little bigger for you. All right, so here's a point from a few years ago. Berkeley Tennis Club, Court 9. Yours truly with the return of serve. And this is kind of an interesting point, kind of a helter-skelter scramble point, which is, pretty typical, right? But it's all about really trying to maintain some kind of court positioning and then a little bump, half volley lob. And here we go. Here we go with the overhead. So number one is you want to make sure that you get far enough back behind the lob so that you can actually nudge your body weight forward as you make contact for 2 reasons. Obviously, we can get a little more natural swing power if we're slightly moving forward as opposed to having to move backwards. But number 2 is, this is a relatively short lob, I suppose. It's right around the service line. But at the same time, you don't want to hit this thing and kind of just stand there. You want to be able to recover and move back in just in case it comes back. So thing 1 is to make sure that you get far enough back, set up behind this so that you could move forward, and worst case, kind of reclaim your net position in case whatever you hit does come back. Number 2 is that the word overhead, the phrase overhead, is a misnomer. We don't want to place the ball directly over our head, right? If you want to get some natural swing speed, think about throwing a ball. When you throw a ball, you don't bring it out from behind your head and throw over the top of your head. If you're a right-handed thrower, right, you end up throwing to the right side of your body. So do the same thing here with the overhead. Make sure that you position the ball to your right if you're right-handed and not above your head, or even worse, not, slightly to your left, as if you're trying to hit some kind of a massive kick serve. Actually, with the overhead, you want to think about this in terms of, why do you need a lot of spin? You really don't. I mean, first of all, you don't have to spin the ball back down inside that service box over there like you would with a serve. So you can hit this flatter than you want. And obviously you can hit it wherever you want in the court. So thing one, get back behind it so that you don't have to back up as you hit. Number two, position yourself in relation to the ball so that if you're right-handed, it's to your right. And then the third, and for me, what's the most important thing, is the grip, right? The grip tension has got to be relaxed. I'm not going to stay loose, but it's relaxed to where I'm not squeezing, right? Because a couple things have to happen here. Number one is when it's relaxed, I want to reach up to the ball and let the reaching up part kind of release the wrist. You see, you can't really see, but maybe right there, you can see how the wrist kind of releases. And that's where you get racket speed, right? And racket speed is what creates power. And so there you have it. And, you know, was that the intended target? I don't know. Been a few years ago. Maybe I was going in the middle. Doesn't matter. You're looking for power on this thing, right? So number one, position yourself behind it so that the ball's not taking you back another step. Number two, keep it out to your right if you're right-handed. And then number three, a really relaxed grip. You're feeling it. My cue sometimes is I'm setting up and waiting on this, obviously looking up the ball, but I'm feeling my fingers and I'm feeling, uh-oh, I'm a little bit too tight. I need to relax this, right? I need to get soft on the grip. So when I reach up, that it will release and I'll get some natural racket speed and then be able to move forward in case it comes back. So that's it, guys. We'll play this point one more time in real time. And God, you know, there's a lot to look at here. This forehand return is, I'm thinking on the forehand return, let's get around the outside part of the ball so that we can contain it to go cross court. If the guy moves, I can't really control that. So why not hit a clean shot? We'll take it from there. Let's get positioned on this volley again so that you can play a little underspin volley, control it down to the feet. And now Jerry with a tough lob volley. And I think Cliff does a great job here of just trying to not let it bounce, keep it in play. George in the middle plays a good ball. I'm trying to help Cliff out here, maybe unnecessarily, but I figure if I play it slowly enough, I can keep it away from George, get it back to Jerry, and be able to recover court position wise. Jerry plays it back over here, my forehand volley. Again, I don't have any opportunity here to do anything. Really, could I go up the line? I could, but it's kind of a tough ball. So why not just take it back cross court and, here we go. And Cliff comes in with the big backhand roller. And George plays a tough little volley down to my feet, a little half volley, nudge, pick up lob, and here we go. And let's just get position, reach up, boom. Okay, so there we have it. And got to remember those three things. Write them down, right? Number one, get far enough back. Get back behind that lob so that you don't have to back up as you hit. Now, there could be some lobs where you have to be backing up as you hit. I get it. But if you can, make sure that you create that space early. And then number two, you want to make sure that if you're right-handed, the ball is to your right. Position your feet so the ball's to your right. You swing up naturally, right? You're not trying to pull the ball down into the court. And then the third thing is nice relaxed grip so that you get to reach up with the hand, with the shoulder, release it naturally on top. You'll get plenty of swing speed by doing that. You'll get some power. And there are your three power cues for your overhead. So guys, as always, want to hear what's on your mind. Want to read what's on your mind. Down below in the comments area, let me know. You can also direct message me at Facebook if you want to do that, or you can shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com. And then guys, t-shirts. Yeah, would love for you to pick up one or more of the Web Tennis on YouTube t-shirts. And as a way of saying thanks, I'm going to go ahead and give you one of my stroke technique courses. $97 course. You get to choose one of 7. as my gift to you. That link is down below, webtennisgear.com. And Mark's asking, when you play an overhead from deeper in the court, do you add some slice for control? You probably do. Yeah. I mean, you know, if I'm deeper in the court, it just kind of depends, Mark. I mean, it sort of depends on where those guys are over there, and if I can actually play it as an approach shot, even though I might have to take a step back as I play it. Can I play it as an approach shot? Because the chances are that when you're deeper in the court, it's not an offensive opportunity like this point showed. That was way more of an offensive opportunity on the overhead. But if it's not, then you got to be thinking about, well, if you play it too flat, even if it goes in, does that give you time to be able to recover your court position, number one? But maybe you are out of position on your half anyway, and you might play a little slice, a little spin, just so that you can recover and get back in and cover up your half of the court. So I can't give you a definitive yes or no, because it does depend on a few situations. And look, it could be too that, you know, you've got a player who's lobbed from the backcourt and they've pushed you back and their partner's already up at net. And that player who lobbed to you is now thinking, here's an approach shot opportunity. So if you play it too flat, you might keep the ball up too high, right? Give them an easy transitional volley. Whereas we all know when you play for your partner, what are you trying to do? You're trying to play the ball down in front of your partner. So if I've got Cliff up there and he's not backing up, he's actually staying in, I'm thinking, well, what can I do with this overhead to get it back in front of him and give him an opportunity to shake and bake, right? Give him an opportunity to fake poach. Maybe he fakes early and then crosses. I mean, there's a lot of different options there. So, all right, guys, that's it for me today. As always, it's time. You got to get out there, help another human have a spectacular day. Guys, I'll see you again next time.